So these guys are ready. It looks like we're gonna get started. I'm just gonna make sure. Oh, freaking typos in the group chat. Anyway, once these guys are ready, we're gonna freaking... And there's the typo. Shh, quiet. That never happened. Alright, so we are ready. Samots and Pib. Once again, I should reiterate, I guess I'll just do the whole spiel in case people are just now joining us for whatever reason. And I need to tweet. I need to tweet as well while I'm doing this. So this is the Pro Championships. It's going to be the very last match of all of Star League. This is the last match of the Pro Bracket as well. We're going to have Pibonacci versus Samots. Pibonacci is the winner of the Winners Bracket, which isn't redundant at all. Samots is the winner of the Elimination Bracket for Pros, which means that if Samots wins the first match, he'll push Pibonacci into the Elimination Bracket, and then if Samots wins again, he'll win. However, if Pib wins at any point in time, he'll take the entire victory, just similar to last time. Best 3 of 5, as the last race was. This is, however, low percent now, which means the racers only get to use their starting health, bombs, and ropes. They cannot pick up passive items like a jetpack or climbing gloves. They cannot fire weapons like the shotgun. However, they can use environmental items like rocks and skulls, and most particularly important, the landmine, which acts as an additional bomb. 15 minutes to either beat or get as far as you possibly can. Whoever gets farther or beats the game first will take a win. Whoever gets 3 wins wins a match. So,
wow, that was impressive. Do you have that all written down, or are you just making it up?
That's just off the fly. I've never done it that well, and good thing I did it well for the last thing. Let me just create the tweet, get that tweet hyped up, and we'll get going here. Pibonacci versus Samots, twitch.tv/star_league and at Mossmouth, because Derek, you tweeted us once, so why not try again, you know?
Well, I think he retweeted us when Garfep tweets him, since he's kind of a IGN guy.
That's true, that's true.
Derek, you don't care about you, man.
Yeah, it's all about Garfep, so there we go. And we're gonna get going here now. I'm super excited for this stuff. It's gonna be a really awesome race, the final race of the season, followed by preparations for next season. Stay tuned on the Reddit, I guess. But we'll be starting in about 40 seconds. Oh, wait! Samots having a problem! Samots no longer having a problem! We nearly had to just... Samots game froze. All good. No worries. We are fine.
Samot says, my game freezed, and Pib says, I win by default. Very good.
I swear, these guys. Alright, and we're going to be starting in about 10 seconds with all the delay and stuff. Here we go. Here we go. That says overtime. This is not overtime. I don't know why that's displayed. Don't worry about that. That never happened. No one saw it. Wow, the massive retweets on that. Thanks everybody for that.
Here we go,
support.
and the walls are shifting for Pib. Samots.
One day, whatever, something.
I wonder Morgan.
Anyway, Minen 1-1 for Pibonacci. Samots completing his first level of the what? Of the Minas? This is fucking ridiculous. Anyway, off to a good start for both of these guys. This is silly. This is silly.
Yeah, languages that aren't English are silly. You said it, I think.
Alright, so, Minas 1-3 for Samots, about a level ahead. I don't know what level is in Portuguese, I'm sorry, whatever.
We'll find out.
Alright, both on 1-3, however, Samots is immediately leaving 1-3 as I said that, back to his actual character as opposed to Krill's. I swear, every time Samots is racing, there's some new gimmick that they're doing. It's just ridiculous.
You never know what Samots is going to do. This guy is just insane.
He uses all of his resources, down to 2 bombs as he enters the jungle.
2 bombs and 3 ropes.
Alright. And Pibonacci reaching the end of the Minan here.
Jungla.
Yeah, Samots moving on to the Jungla. 2-1. Dos menos un, I guess.
What? What are you talking about?
I don't know. Shut up.
Are you trying to say Spanish?
Yes.
It's not Spanish, you racist.
Anyway, Pib is onto the jungle. I don't even know anymore. I'm quitting. This is too much. Here we go.
Alright, let's get Buddy in here.
Oh, stop. Okay, so, like, serious talk now. Samots is moving on through 2-2 here, just a little bit ahead of Pib, as Pib is just now entering it. Each or y das Wasser. That's not a letter, I know.
That wasn't even a letter. What was that?
That was art. Apparently, German involves art letters.
Nobody handles the water like Pib. I gotta hand it to Pib. Just getting through that rushing water level like it was nothing.
Yeah, I cannot handle it as well as anybody else can. The water is just such a tough thing to deal with. The worst thing is when, of course, you, wow, that was synchronized bombage right there for me. I don't know if it worked for you, but, when you just barely, like, sort of pop out of the water, but it's not high enough for you to grab the ledge during rushing water, that's almost always a death sentence. Alright, but at this point, Daitoten Sindrastlos for, Pib, and, Samots is onto the Cuevas de Hielo. I don't even know anymore.
Pretty good. Nice job, Hectic.
Thanks. Alright, and Pibonacci at this point moving on to something similar, but not the same. The
He's in the asshole.
Fuck's sake. Okay, so 3-1 for Pibonacci, 3-2 for Samots.
It's the 3-2 in the asshole now.
Shut up, please.
What it says.
Oh man. Anyway, pretty
No wet fur levels yet.
Yeah, large difference between the resources for these guys. Samots is down to 1 bomb. They both used a rope at this point. I think Pip is down some health. I could be wrong about that. I didn't check that. Yeah, he's down 1 health, whereas Samots is at full. Aquí hay algo sobrenatural. So I believe that's. Oh no, it feels like the 4th of July. I don't think that actually says the 4th of July.
No, that's not what it means. I don't know what it means, but Pib said that's not what it is.
Gotcha. That's too much.
Yep.
Yeah,
Joke's over now, Hectic. Let it go.
Onto the Templo 4-1 for Samots. So far, so good for him. Assuming he doesn't take too much damage here, he should be just fine. Of course, 4 health is enough to die to a Tiki Trap. And this is low percent, so you can't grab any additional health throughout the game.
Oh my, Samots.
Hitting himself with a landmine.
He realized that throwing that caveman was going to trigger that mine, so he picked up the mine and tried to throw it and hit himself in the head.
Yes, and of course losing his landmine in the end anyway, along with 1 health.
Wow,
so,
look at that little tunnel Pip just had to get through.
That was insane. Well played by Pib there. Samot's still ahead by a level, taking 2 damage to a mummy, and then almost dying to a thwomp, and moving on in the Templo 4-2. Pib is tying it up at the Tempel 4-2.
Oh.
Thwomp from below. There wasn't much Samots could do about that, unfortunately, so...
He made it through 1 thwomp elevator ride and died to the very next one.
Alright, and Pib dealing with some mummy issues, placing a bomb. Unfortunately didn't kill the mummy, but it still allowed him to get a path through. Of course, at this point now it's 4-3.
Yeah, having to die or reset against a player like Pib is not good.
Yeah, that doesn't bode well for Samots. Skipping a teleporter compass, although you couldn't really check that without leaving.
Pib knows he's taking his time.
There he goes. Alright. Just walking with that Okay. That was a nice backflip from Pib. Bravo on his part. Of course, not dealing with any ease on the Tempel 4-3 here. And on to Olmec.
3 minutes, 28 seconds, we're into the first Olmec fight.
Yeah. And Pib pausing.
He's probably getting his done ready in chat.
Alright. Olmec Zverstek for Pib. So Samots has to rely on Pib making some mistake during the Olmec fight, unless otherwise, of course, Pib will take the lead here. It looks like Pib is going to be doing fast strats because, of course, he doesn't have enough bombs or the landmine to do safe strats.
That bat tried.
Okay, yeah, wow.
Swag bombs didn't exactly work out.
Ridiculous spawns on Olmec at the end there. I don't know what Pib's going to do here. He has to use his other rope.
Yeah, he had
and he does. Rope. There he goes, and Pib is gonna win his first seed.
Not even sub 4. How embarrassing.
Alright, and there we go. So Pib takes the first win here. Bravo to Pib. Good job by both of our racers. Unfortunately, Samots got a little bit screwed at the end of the Temple 4-3 with an off-screen thwomp. Alright, so these guys are both ready. Looks like Samots grabbing the tunnel guy. Sure. Alright, so we're gonna get started in about 40 seconds. I'd like to see some comebacks happen from Samots, but this is anything like last race. Pib will win 2, and then Samots will win 3. Who knows?
That would be amazing.
That would be absolutely incredible. Let's see it. Samots, if you don't do that, you're banned from tournaments, so I apologize.
Pib's screen is black for me.
Pib's screen is black for me as well.
Oh, there he is.
Okay. That was a little bit scary, but let's get started here. Alright, and they're off. We have a little bit ahead of Samots for me, so... Oi, por qué? Oh my god.
Yep.
Oi, por qué? The freaking tunnel guy. Alright, anyway. Back to the Minas and the... What is it for German?
I don't know.
I completely forgot what it is for German, but the Minas and the something.
Wunderbar.
Yeah, sure, I'm sure. The Minas.
It says mines, it's just...
There's just a typo, yeah. That's all. Typo language, of course. Ooh, and Pip is going to take an arrow trap right there. Yeah, that's definitely possible to arrow whip, but you have to be really, really keen, and I think Pip was more focused on the spider at that point, so down at 2 health right off the bat for Pip, and he's not going to reset, which is a good choice, considering Samots is such a speed player. Resetting would be a little bit dangerous.
Yes, it would. Yeah, either of these guys resetting or having a late game death, it's just the end of it.
Yeah, really, it's perfectionism for both of them. It's kind of crazy with these last pro races between Pip and T and the losers finals as well, and then these guys, of course, it's just bonkers how close it can come at the end, and if they mess up, you know, pretty much always fatal.
Yeah, and these races are really anybody's game. Between, like you mentioned, T and all the guys that made it to the semifinals in pro, they're just insane. You never know. It could all come down to RNG, even with 3 at 5.
Because, like, I think the difference between Pib and Samots right now, why they've gotten into the finals, is that Samots is such a speed player. He definitely gets ahead of all other players really, really consistently. Very rarely do I see Samots behind other players. Like, he's ahead of Pib right now by a little bit. However, Pib is in the finals right now because he has consistency. He has yet to lose a race.
Yeah, nobody's consistent like Pib's consistent, and nobody's quick like Samots is quick, and there goes Pib. Speaking of consistent.
Just barely missing the whip on that, whatchamacallit, Mantrap,
Yeah.
however it is in German, I have no idea.
To get back to my previous point, Samots' strategy of going balls out in the beginning, using his resources and getting ahead of the other guy is a good mind game. Because the other guy, especially when they're watching, they know they're behind, and they see that they're still behind, and they go fast and make mistakes and die. It's a valid strategy. And it's paid off for Samots to get him to the championships.
Pretty much every single strategy that there is in the Spelunky racing stuff has an upside and a downside. Of course, in this case, Samots' upside, as you said, is a mind game. Being ahead of the other player means they want to push and make more mistakes usually. Whereas the downside is that, of course, you use up most of your resources and your late game becomes less strong, especially if there's something like a near impossible mummy to deal with. Alright, and Samots is going to move on to the temple after this 3-4 level.
Okay. Premature temple announcement. Thanks.
Shush. Aquí hay algo sobrenatural. Pib is gonna try and reset, but going to the Hilfenaufschonen.
Achtung.
Alright, so... Ooh, that's a really terrible layout for Samots. He's gonna have to use one of his last few ropes here. He's down to 1. He might have to do ropeless. We'll see. Alright, so... Templo for Samots. Ooh, that's a terrible start, and he's going to use his landmine pretty effectively. Good choice on his part, as long as he can avoid these psychic bubbles, which he definitely can after a little bit of waiting. Waiting is not an issue, considering Pip is so far behind. Like we said, you know, the speed plays going to help out quite a bit.
He didn't want a way to use the bomb instead.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Really lucky for him that arrow trap was triggered. Actually missed the lead grab there, so there we go.
Waiting is not in Samots' vocabulary, and the dark level.
No veo nada! I can't see a thing! That's the one thing that I do know. That is...
It is just Spanish. It is all Spanish.
I think it is Spanish. I don't know.
Is there no Portuguese option?
No veo nada is definitely Spanish. If that's shared between Portuguese and Spanish, I have no idea, but...
I don't know anything about Portuguese, but I know Spanish when I see it.
So,
I'm still gonna consider you as racist, though.
That's fair enough.
Alright.
Alright, Samots dealing with a little bit of an awkward situation here. By that, I mean a lot of an awkward situation here. This is absolutely terrible. I would just jump up that thwomp and escape the mummy. Yeah, that's exactly what he does.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, what? Samots, come on.
Why doesn't he throw that arrow trap at him? Or the arrow at him?
Yeah, throw the arrow trap in its entirety at the mummy.
Yeah. I mean, that would probably be more effective than just the arrow.
Yeah, I mean, probably does like, what, 4... Wow, okay. That cricket headed out for Samots, throwing 2 like ricocheting arrows towards him.
Yeah, it did him a favor.
Alright, looks we're gonna see the Spanish phrase for Old Mike Slayer here in a second. This is a terrible 4-3 for Samots. 40 seconds spent and all like required for him to play it at all correctly. So at this point he only has a single rope and 0 bombs during this Old Mike fight. However, he is at full health, which is a massive advantage. He can take some hits without dying. Of course, falling under Olmec doesn't matter how much health you have. Alright, let's see how Samots handles his Olmec fight.
It really depends on the spawns. With 1 rope, he doesn't have a whole lot of options.
I totally
These
missed what the
snails.
Olmec was called, by the way. What the heck, man? Alright, 1 snail is dead. The other snail is on top of Olmec. Now he's placing his rope, and no spawns!
Oh!
Alright, and Samots makes it through, backflipping those characters effectively and taking his own win, so at this point it's 1-1.
1-1.
Oh my gosh, wet fur at the end there for Pibonacci.
Continuing to keep these races close.
Yeah.
1-1.
Nice stuff so far. In case you two are in case anybody is wondering, these two are both complaining how terrible their seeds are. Of course, who else but Pib and Samots. They're both playing it really well though.
Off-screen swamp and an off-screen arrow trap.
Twap.
Wap.
Language is messing me up there, Rud.
Hunting wabbits.
Alright, so these guys are back at the main area, which means we're gonna get started in about 40 seconds. This is pretty exciting so far, 1-1. These two are pretty even. Like we've mentioned before, a death is, well, a death sentence during these races. Usually the other racer can get to Olmec pretty consistently, but we'll see what happens. Maybe these two will start dying in the mines a bunch or something. I have no idea.
Chat pointing out that shifting walls incoming. Did he not reset?
Ooh, I don't know. I don't think he did. Let's see what Spanish wall shiftings are. And once again, a typo on my part. I meant to say seconds, but instead I said Dervanft.
Bestin listin. Is that leaderboards?
What?
On Pib's Bestin listin.
I
German
have no
is so
idea.
funny. I love German.
Oh, this is great. And the walls are not shifting. Never mind.
All right, good.
Alright, so far so a little bit weird on these 1-1s for these guys. Looks like they're gonna exit about the same time here.
Turnaround whip from Samots not wanting to do a back whip. It's kind of unusual for a pro racer.
Kinda unusual for Samots. Oigo serpentes, ilas odio.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know how to say you're welcome in Spanish, I'm sorry. I know how to say it's nothing, but that's it.
You don't know how to say you're welcome in Spanish, really?
No, de nada, but... Samots will teach me later, I'm sure. Wrong side for Pib.
Yeah, Pib starts off going the wrong way, and then taking some damage from a falling rock that he caused to fall.
Alright, so hitting himself with a rock. Good start for a pro championship race, and these guys are both onto the jungle and what is it? Unglo? I have no idea. Ungla, sorry. Whatever agua corrienda. Oh, rushing water. Never mind. Rushing water for Samots. God, I'm like gonna learn Spanish and German.
That B at the end tried.
Yeah, it did.
Tried for Samots. And Pib counter goes up.
Yeah, for himself too. Is that our restless for Pib or whatever it is in German? Can't remember.
Pib pointing out all the junior racers passing up the capes and the dead or restless levels, and here he goes passing one up himself.
Yeah, come
Worst
on, man.
Low percent run ever.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing at all that should prevent that. Nothing at all.
And there's a black market. Will we see a black market?
Looks like there's an orange frog, and Pib not pulling off the throw. Dang. It looks like at this point he's decided against it. So.
I wonder if he was trying to get that orange frog over to the market.
I think he was. There's no other reason for him to pick it up.
Yeah, he was kind of fooling around a lot in that little area.
Yeah.
I don't see why else he would do that.
Slowed him down quite a bit at this point. They're both on the same level using a bomb at the exact same time. This is too mirrored of each other. Both dealing with
very
snails.
close.
What the hell? That was weird. They like both entered the level at the same time, both used a bomb at the same time, and both jumped on snails at the same time from my perspective. That was like freaky stuff.
They also called each other before the races start to coordinate their clothing.
Gotcha.
Oh!
Who wore it better? What? What?
Yeah, Pib can make that jump 9 times out of 10. That was 10.
That was such an odd way to die to it too. He got bounced on the UFO and therefore had enough height to fall on the spikes.
Yeah, you can see he was trying to hit those spikes a little sideways there.
Ouch, man, that sucks. So Pip is going to go down and go back to the mines at this point. Samots has a solid chance of pushing Pip into the elimination bracket at this point. Okay, that's a bit of a scary drop for Samots using a rope. Good choice. Not at all shocking. Samots using resources, of course.
Yeah, white change now.
Alright, 3-4 for Samots. He's nearing the temple here.
Do you
Using a
think Pib
landmine
is
there.
saying, after he died and had to start again, do you think he said 9 mines?
I swear to God, Red. Yeah, sure, he does that so often, Pib. Very frequently. Alright, so Samots is onto the Templo 4-1. Pretty consistent from Samots here, even more consistency than Pib, even though we gave Pib the credit for consistency. He's been making a few mistakes, some of them pretty much unavoidable, unfortunately, but that UFO could have been avoided. It's not easy, but yeah, I don't know if he saw the UFO before dropping. That could have been a problem. If you don't see the UFO, that's definitely going to mess you up, but...
Ooh, nice tiki jump from Pib.
Yeah, nice. That's a backwhip if I'm... That's the backwhip required one, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I didn't see him backwhip. Maybe he did. Interesting mummy situation for Samots here.
Can he fit in that little slot? I don't think he can. Yeah, he's choosing
No,
to
he
just...
had to burn another rope. He can kill him here with that space he has.
That's true.
Alright, there you go.
And there you go. So after using that rope and a lot of time, we might be seeing a dark level.
Well, he's got the time. The dark levels may be an issue, though, you're right. Pib going the wrong way, having to burn a bomb there.
Yeah, ouch. He's down to 2 hours at this point in the jungle. The jungle, whatever. Samots on 4-3, about to approach Olmec Slayer. I'll actually check what Olmec Slayer is in Spanish this time.
El hombre de oso grande.
Alright, let's see.
Guarida de Olmec.
Yes! There we go. Pib taking a moment to chat. And here we go, Samots onto Olmec. And here he goes, 1 bomb, fast strats.
Well, at least there's 2 ropes in this Olmec fight.
Yeah, that's the difference this time, and there's a lot more spawns too. Alright, will there be a final stop spawn? Yes! Ooh,
Jump,
okay!
jump! Jump!
Oh!
There we go.
Oh, and there he goes. Nice play by Samots right at the end there, and he's going to take the second victory for this match. So that's going to be 2-1 for Samots.
Yeah, nice save.
We might see Pib getting pushed into the elimination bracket here.
Ay caramba, says chat.
Oh my gosh. Nonsense stuff. This bilingual Spelunky nonsense. I don't even know anymore.
Samots typed "oh no" in the chat after he won to try to troll everybody.
What a jerk. Alright, so there we go. Congrats to Samots for that win. It looks like we might see Pibonacci not take this undefeated. We'll see. Alright, so here's back to the main door. Samots gonna glitch out the ending cutscene. And we'll get started with this last race here. Starting in about 40 seconds. I don't even know what my keyboard is anymore.
Would you throw it?
Probably. 309 excessive.
That was that pretty close to the end of the timer there?
I think that was about 8 minutes. No, they didn't die much.
Okay. I think I just didn't reset my stopwatch after the last one.
Gotcha, you got a stopwatch, the strats?
Yeah, I've got a stopwatch because I can't see the timer.
Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, I wish I could... We'll probably have some timer display for the website if we can get that set up, we'll see. And just as the soundtrack is finishing up, I'm going to have to reset that once the timer gets going. Alright, and they're going to get going here, and I'm going to reset the soundtrack, and we're going to get started with potentially the last round of this match. We'll see if Samots can take it.
Pib's got a couple second lead into 1-1.
Yeah, there we go. Although I wouldn't be surprised if Samots managed to pull the lead back considering his aggressive play, whereas Pib is a bit more conservative, a little bit more consistent like we always say. We really have nothing to say about these guys. Samots fast, Pib consistent. Make race.
Yeah, I wonder if Pib is going to try to slow himself down even more and be even more consistent after these few deaths he's suffered here.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea to try and slow down a bit. Of course, with Samots' first seed victories pushing really quickly, maybe it wouldn't be a good idea. Maybe he has to push quickly, although, of course, Samots has a slowed down Olmec and a slowed down Temple at the end there, so even if Pib had played at a little bit of a slower pace, he would have won. Although, of course, certain things that he did take damage to were pretty much undeniably impossible to avoid. Maybe with a little bit of luck you could have accidentally solved it, but that's about it. Alright, and Pib is going to be moving on to the jungle first.
Samots down to 1 bomb out of his mines.
And he's not even ahead of Pib. Oh, but now he is ahead of Pib. Pib taking fall damage in front of a Tiki Trap, ending up dying. It looks like Samots has a solid chance of taking a 3-1 victory here. We'll see how his seed goes.
Can't blame the seed on that one, unfortunately.
Yeah. Although, honestly, like, one of the areas that it's toughest for me, at least, to define whether or not there's fall damage or not is the jungle.
Hey, you know what's good in racing streams is when one of the players goes offline.
Especially when they're in the lead. We should be seeing more from Samots once in a second here. He has gone offline before. Like him a few
He'll come
seconds.
back at the victory screen, don't worry.
Yeah. In the Guirada de Olmec, whatever. Alright, he's going back. Oh, okay, I'm gonna refresh the stream for myself here because I think he's
started
live.
and stopped again. Oh, there he is. Alright, he's into 2-4 now. And, yeah, 2-4. Not a bad 2-4. He's still got 4 health, 1 bomb, 3 ropes.
Yeah, shockingly enough, he hasn't used many more resources since then.
And ice caves. Significant lead. He's a whole area ahead of Pib now.
Yeah, 4 whole levels. We'll see. It definitely has a solid chance of taking the lead here if Samots does end up taking a death. And it's not impossible. We have seen Samots die up before during the races.
Yeah, Pib appears to be picking up his pace a little bit. 7-second level.
Yeah, you're definitely going to need to start pushing a little bit in this situation because you have to be a little bit fast because you have to assume that Samots could beat Olmec.
Yeah,
you have to at least try to get
the other
ahead.
guy dies, playing consistently and hoping the other guy dies is not the way to go for these races.
Because Samots had that 40-second temple level that we mentioned earlier, which is, if that does happen and Pib has a decent temple, Pib has a solid chance of catching up despite being quite a few levels behind. He's about 4 levels behind right now, but Samots is starting to slow down in the ice caves here because, well, he has to. And although Pib has to rely on that, he also has to rely on playing fast enough to catch up.
8-second level now for Pib. He's coming up.
Alright. Samots continue to have not too fast ice caves levels on the wrong side, unfortunately. Not necessarily at the bottom layer, but choosing to...
I was going to say I'm surprised Pib didn't use a bomb there, but he turned around and did.
Yeah, alright, and Pib is moving on to the ice caves just as Samots is into the temple. This is where the match is going to be decided, how Samots' temple works out. If he dies or if he has a really slow temple,
This is a
difference.
crummy spot there.
Yeah, Samots' strat of using bombs to get past everything won't work here. That was a really, yeah, using bombs to get past everything. But after the mummy died, he got to move on. Like we said, Pib has to push right now for levels like this, where Samots took 20 seconds. I think 20 seconds mean you can get a dark level, right?
No, he had 20.7 seconds. As long as it's under 21, you will not get dark level. You can get 20.9 and you're fine.
Okay. Looks like this 4-2 is much better for Samots. Going to be moving on to 4-3 in a second here, and Olmec immediately afterwards.
Nice save from that Tiki Trap there for Samots.
Yeah, nice played. Pib on the wrong side of an ice cave level, having to use a rope, although it wasn't too bad. Only 1 rope is not much of an issue, and he played it pretty quickly regardless. Samots using his landmine on 4-3 here. Good choice, maybe. A little bit awkward.
Not really.
Yeah, no, he has to use his bomb here for it to be at all safe to get through this last area. And if he doesn't move fast, that Thwomp is gonna kill him on 4-3! Pib has a huge chance!
Why I said not really.
Yeah, you were spot on about
Thwomp
that.
placement was not good.
My gosh.
And just like that, the tables have completely turned in this race. Pib now with a commanding lead.
Yeah, it's up to whether or not Pib can finish this run, which he definitely can. And even then, if he makes it to Olmec and wins, he has a massive lead at this point. We still have about 10 minutes left, so if he does die, which I'm going to assume won't happen, then we still have plenty of time for either of these racers to make it to the end. But we'll see what happens. Anything can.
This 4-2 is kind of horrible.
It is.
He's had to burn 2 bombs already.
And it's not even fast. You could have a dark level on this 4-3 here.
That would be really bad.
Yep, let's see.
Alright, well, it's not dark.
Yep, you got that much right. Alright, let's see how he handles it. So far, so good. Doesn't look too much of a problem.
Yeah, this looks significantly better. He's going the wrong way for some reason.
Yeah, that's,
Alright.
Damn, I was having a hard time in the Venus, unfortunately. But Pib is on to Olmec.
Olmec, here we go. Will he use the 1 bomb, I wonder?
But he's gonna use it, place it, and then carry it to Olmec. Or not, let's see. Yeah, no, looks like he's not gonna use the bomb.
Two ropes could be a problem. He's getting a lot of spawns.
Yeah, that's a
He's
ridiculous
got rope
amount of
too
stuff
early.
here. Oh my god! What?
He used the rope too early. And then moonwalked into a blue frog.
Oh my gosh, that's just... What do you even do about that, man? They like, the spawns accumulated a ton of them, just all at once, and then they all fell down on the left and right at the same time. What do you do about that? Like, there's so little you can do. You have to react to that perfectly. Unfortunately, Pib did not, and it's really not to any fault of his own.
If Pib had been facing the other direction, that whip would have been fine, but he was facing inwards and whipped and just slid back into that frog.
That's really unfortunate. You mentioned Caldi accepta tu sacrificio. Anyway. Yeah, like you said, you mentioned how many spawns there were, and they were all accumulating on top of Olmec, and then at the end, like, poorly timed, there was like a frog and 2 spiders on the left, and a frog and a spider on the right, or something like that. Just absolutely ridiculous. There's such little things that you can do about that, and unfortunately, Pib does go down to that. Samots at this point has the lead on the Cuevas de Hielo 3-1, for those of you who don't speak Spanish, like me. Oh, that's the ice caves.
Yeah, Samots. Oh no, he's got a wet fur level with 1 health.
It's a little bit scary, but this is a pretty easy
not
wet fur
blocked
as far
off.
as things go. Yeah, it's not blocked off, and
Yeah.
it's pretty simple to handle.
Alright, well he comes into 3-3 with a mine.
Now, we should mention that Pib did obtain the lead by getting to the level that he did. Samots died on 4-3, whereas Pib died on the Olmec fight. So if Samots doesn't reach the Olmec fight, Pib will still have the lead here. Now, we still have 6 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock, which I will inform these guys of. I never thought I'd have to do that with these guys, but there we go.
Yeah, kind of still a lot of time. Either of these guys could win. If
Also,
if
I
Samots
believe...
dies, Pib has time to win.
I believe, the thing, like, Spanish display for, Samots' 4th of July is, like, this thing is otherworldly or something similar to that, although that's just an assumption. I know some Spanish. I'm pretty sure that's what it says. Anyway, moving on. 4-1 for Samots. Terrible, and oh my god, that was a tricky maneuver. Any mistakes there would have been deadly for Samots, and he pulled it off perfectly. Well done. Alright, and oh no, please.
Samots offline again.
Ow, that's not the time you want to be going offline. Please. So once Samots comes back online, we'll see more from him, but
Oh man.
yeah, that's really poorly timed offlining for Samots. That's kind of bad.
Well, what do we do if he comes back at the win screen?
I mean, we can trust him. He does record these locally, so he'll be able to upload them for us if it's required. We will trust him for the race's sake.
He doesn't even speak English. How can you trust him?
Hey, look, it looks like he sort of paused anyway. So he's on 4-3 with 1 health, 1 bomb, and 2 ropes.
Alright, fine.
Alright, we're gonna trust him. And Pib dying on the ice caves to what I believe is a landmine.
No.
Oh my god, this is tough, man! Samots going offline and Pib dying, this is difficult, ow! If Pib doesn't fort Setsun soon...
With 1 HP, this fight could go poorly for Samot still.
Alright, and Pib is fort Setsun at this point. Samot's moving on to the Guirata Dale mech.
Not really enough time for Pib to come back and win. If he loses here, this will probably go to overtime. This will go to overtime.
Yeah, that's right. If Samots dies, it'll be overtime, but if Samots wins, of course, it'll be over. Alright, and rope. Scary. Playing it well.
Olmec stun.
Spawns? So... No spawns at all. So Samots is going to take the 3rd win here. So that means that Samots has officially pushed Pib into the elimination bracket, so I'm just going to put that down there. Pib is now in the elimination bracket. This is not over. We're going to be going into the secondary matchup today. Pib is now in the elimination bracket, and we're going to be doing this now. A second match between Pib and Samots, and whoever wins this will win all the championships and be crowned our official winner. So I'm just going to quickly wipe the board of all the victories real quick, because we're restarting here.